here's a quick recap. Basically, Emperor Cusco is this spoiled-ass brat who is a royalty and super detached, makes his entire castle basically patronize him, sing songs to him, makes the guards dance for him. He basically hates...
Don't interrupt his groove!
Exactly! He throws people out the windows when they interrupt his groove.
No! You threw off my groove!
I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's groove.
He's a piece of shit. We don't like him at all. He invites this man Pacha to his palace, who made a really long way from his tiny village on the top of a hill, asking which side looks best to find a way to place a swimming pool for the Cuscotopia, which his ultimate summer getaway he's gonna build on that hill and destroy his village entirely. And he's just telling him that nonchalantly the day before destroying it, supposedly. And yeah, it's fucked up. And Pacha is this other main character, basically, who kind of has to live with it now, and he tells him to leave, and Pacha leaves, and this lady Yzma and Kronk decide to fucking poison him because they want to take over the control of the kingdom. They fuck up the poisoning the same night of the same day. Instead of him dying, he gets turned into a llama, at which point Yzma tells Kronk to go dump the body. Kronk doesn't dump the body. In fact, he loses the body of a llama that is unconscious, and it goes onto the cart of all people is Pacha. This movie is just full of these weird fucking coincidences, but we just need to roll with it. That's how the style is, and that's how it's formed. But yeah, so Cusco wakes up in the village, and he's like, "Who are you, fucking peasant?" And Pacha is like, "Are you emperor?" He's like, "Well, what do I think I am? I am a llama!" And he's really upset. He's like, "I'm gonna make my way back to the palace by myself. I'll tell them what's happening." So Cusco and Pacha yell at each other. Cusco ends up taking off and just going into the fucking jungle, nearly dies there, gets killed by jaguars and one amazing looking squirrel. And Pacha goes to save his ass, and then they both nearly die several times. They're super toxic to each other. Pacha is just constantly motivated by this idea that maybe he'll be able to not only save Cusco's life, but also change his mind about maybe not destroying the village, which is a stretch. And then there's this amazing moment where they're crossing a bridge because he's now helping him get back to the palace. They're crossing the bridge, and the bridge snaps, and they get stuck above this fucking gator pit. So basically, they're forced to work together to, feel better and survive. At which point they get to the top, and Cusco has his first breakthrough when he does a first act of kindness that is not directed towards him. He's saving Pacha from falling off a cliff. Moving on, and this is where the story kind of just takes really weird turns. They go grab food, and Yzma and Kronk are there because apparently they found out that Kronk didn't actually kill Cusco, and Cusco might be alive. So Yzma, being the new empress, takes Kronk and goes like, "We need to find him! We need to kill him! We need to kill him right this time!" So they're out there looking.
That's a disturbingly good replica of her face.
Thank you. I take pride in that. But,
you should be her for Halloween.
No, I will probably be Kronk. I need to just get my shoulders jacked a little more, but that's not the point.
You need to get your drummer arms back, Egor.
Yeah, gotta play that metal again. So then there's just this really weird scene, kind of sequence in the fucking restaurant where they all stop and they're all there, and they get nearly caught, and Cusco and Pacha end up separating after that. Cusco is having a moment just all alone. Like Pacha said, there will one day come a day where you will be all alone and you will have nowhere else to blame but yourself. And that's what happens to Cusco. He's all alone. He's trying to be a llama. He hates the taste of grass. And then he comes back to Pacha and he's like, "I'm a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I want to be a better version of myself. Take me somewhere." And he takes him home to his village. And that's where Kronk and Yzma are as well, because that's the last place they didn't check. So Pacha communicates with his wife and kids and basically the whole village, because he's the head of the village apparently, and they kick their ass. After Pacha and Cusco escape from the village, collectively the village basically turns Yzma into a feathery honey smashed piñata, and she gets her ass kicked. And Kronk makes friends with everyone in the village, so that's nice. And after a really...
I can't believe that's an actual fucking sentence we have to say.
Yeah. And then after a really strange montage that is basically a music montage that Disney kind of bipolarly threw in there, they make it back to the palace, and then they fight with each other. The fucking guards get summoned, turn into a bunch of animals, and because that's like the theme in the movie, they try to find the last little what do you call those things? Little glass vials.
Vials.
They're trying to find the last
yeah.
vial that's gonna turn Cusco back into the human, and the Emperor, he's like, I'm alive, bitches. Everyone's just like, oh my god, this piece of shit is back. But that's besides the point. In the end of the day, Yzma gets turned into a small kitten. Kronk ends up smashing her into the window. Cusco is having a full turnaround. He chooses to lose the vial and save Pacha's life instead because he's now a good person and good llama. And yeah, happy end. He is not going to build a Cuscotopia. He's not going to destroy his village because now they're friends. Cusco is no longer a piece of shit. Pacha still has a great heart. Yzma is still Yzma, and Kronk is still Kronk. What a nice movie. A fucking roller coaster that is just so weird in so many ways.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever!
Huh?
Why do we even have that lever? Get out of my way.